We are back on this rat infested CX-5. We got parts. Yeah, look at this. We got a windshield washer reservoir. We got some hoses. We got some fuel line hoses. We got an AC hose, the correct AC hose, hopefully. Probably not. Yeah, that does not look like the right hose. This looks like a discharge hose, and I need the hose that goes between the expansion block and the condenser. So this is the wrong hose. But we're not surprised there, are we? No, I got this hose. This is the drain hose for the rear sunroof drain tray. So you know what that means. We gotta pull this headliner down. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. It's late in the day. It's real late. It's like almost 5 o'clock late, and that's because I've been working on the car behind you all day long. So yeah, so we'll get in. Today's Saturday, so we'll start working on this one a little bit today, and then we'll do the rest of it on Monday. I don't know if we should you know, start pulling the headliner down first, or you know, should we pull the front bumper off? Front bumper is easier. So we could do the bumper, maybe. You know, we got a little over an hour. We could do the bumper, and we could install the windshield washer reservoir. We got the new funnel tube. Heck, we even got the cap. So, and hopefully, yeah, that's that coolant tube right there that goes to the overflow. So that's good. We got some correct parts. So I think that probably I have the thing set up so we can pull the headliner down, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it forward a little bit, and we'll just knock out the bumper, take the bumper off, so we can get this reservoir done. Let's just do that. That way we can get this in, put some washer fluid in it, see the thing spray, and say, yes, we accomplished something today. So let's do that. Oh no. Y'all have seen me take these bumpers off before. I don't remember exactly how much I've explained about it, but one of them was a 2023 CX-5 that we replaced the headlamp assembly. Of course, we didn't pull the entire bumper off on that one. We just snuck the headlamp assembly out, so we pulled half of it, but we did half the job. You just do the same thing on the other side. It's just, you know, same thing. The whole bumper comes off, so it's pretty simple. There's a couple screws here, and there's a bunch of clips, fasteners is what Mazda calls them, and I'm going to just pop all those out and then lift the thing up, and there's a bunch of screws and clips or fasteners on the bottom. We're going to take those out, and the main thing is this trim right here. And if you've seen that video, then you know what I'm talking about. This piece of trim right here, this is the toughest thing. We got a clip right in here, but there are clips that hold the thing on. They are a pain to get off, and you don't want to break them because they just don't want to go into place. They don't want to go into place even when they're not broken. So that's the thing that I hate so much about them. This thing right here, this wheel well assembly is already off, and of course the wheel well is also the under part right there, so that's off already. So we just got a bunch of clips and some screws or fasteners, and we're going to pull that off. I'm gonna lift it up. I'm gonna get the screws and the fasteners off the top or off the bottom, and then we're gonna concentrate on this right here, this trim down here that we love so much, and we'll just do it like that. I'll knock all this other stuff out, and then we'll mess with this trim, and we'll get the bumper off, and let's just do that right now. This is a problem. This is a problem that you run into doing stuff like this. So you see all these clips here, they all got to come off, right? This right here is broken. You can see how that it's like part of the trim. It's like glued on there or molded on it or whatever, and it's broken off. And that is just something that happens. Something that happens that you really can't control. You try your best to keep that from happening, and it just happens. And that's why I hate taking these things off. It's just it just happens. There is a list. Mazda has a list of fasteners, bolts, and things that you have to replace. Whenever you take them off, you have to put a new one every time. If you're gonna take it off, you gotta put a new one. I am surprised that this trim right here isn't on that list. Just because of that. Just because of that right there. So right now, all I gotta do is I get this one bolt right here, and I've already taken it off on the other side. So let me get that bolt off. Oops, come on. Get this bolt out. Right there. It's got Loctite on it. Set this aside, and then this should just pop right out. It's gonna pop that right off, just like that. Make sure all of this is popped off. Wait a second. I do have, and I forgot about that. There are a couple clips right here. So there are, what happened to my screwdriver? Oh, set it aside. I forgot about that. There are a couple clips that are underneath this trim piece. You can't see them. They are ones that you had to sneak off. Like on the other side, when I pulled this wheel well assembly out, I had to sneak them out. So there's this one on the bottom. So the other side doesn't have them because that wheel well assembly is already off. So I got this off right here, and should be able to just pull the bumper off. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, I should be able to just grab this right here, and the thing already comes off. Usually you grab it here and right here, and it pulls right out. There is a harness. Let me see how this is hooked up. So it's an individual harness. Great. Sometimes they have a disconnect area. No. Let me get this off. This vehicle has front fog lamp assembly. So those lights are hooked up. And it's got areas that the harness clips onto the bumper. So why can't I get this off? Come on. Let me get this out of here. A clip remover. So let me show this to you. The harness right here has this little clip going right there. So I'm just gonna pull this off. What else? It has another one on the bottom. It's got this clip right here. It's going to this lamp, which I can't seem to grasp. Maybe I get the clip off the bottom that I can't seem to get. I don't even know if y'all can see that. I can't see it. I'm just grabbing stuff. This clip. Why isn't it coming off? What's going on here? I think I need two hands. Let me get that one off. Let's see. Oops. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. This has the same thing. It's got a little bit more wire exposure. I don't see any mousy chewing, but it definitely needs to come off. So let me get those two things off and we will pull the bumper down and then the bumper will be off. You just grab this thing like this. Same thing on the other side. Grab it. Pull it off. Pull it off. Pull it off. Wait, is it hooked to something? Great. Okay, I forgot. There is a clip right here. And this clip is underneath. Let me get it off first. Come on. This clip is underneath that panel right there. So that's why I didn't see it. That's why I forgot about it. Need these two off. And that should be everything on the bottom. Hopefully the thing doesn't fall on my head. Now we can take it off. Okay, just so you know, before I take this thing off, this right here was, this has been broken. This thing came in broken. I don't know what the deal is with this. There's things broken in the back. It's broken right here. And that really can't be fixed. It needs to be replaced. It could be glued maybe, but I don't know. There were clips on the top here that were really easy to come off. I don't know if this vehicle's been wrecked before. But let's pull this bumper off now. And it should just come right off. Right there, right here. Take it down. There it is. Set it on the ground. So you might ask or wonder if you've seen that 23 CX5 headlamp replacement, which we only snuck the thing out. And you might wonder, well, on that one, you didn't pull the whole bumper off to get the headlamp out. You know, why are you going to pull the whole bumper off to get the windshield reservoir off? Well, this, we wanted to have a little bit more access to this. That one right there, we were just sneaking the bumper off. We were messing with the bumper just for a small amount of time. It was the headlamp that was the main deal. And this, we're going to need a little bit more time to set this thing upright. So we're going to get this reservoir off first. I want to get the thing up into my eyeballs and my earballs, you know, so I can see what's going on. And I'm just gonna take it up on the lift and we'll just take it off. Okay, we got this thing up here in our earballs and eyeballs. Mazda likes to just clip a bunch of stuff to this, and that's just the way they do it. And these are the new hoses that I put on. So we get these things off here. They're on there good. Get this off of here. And let's see, we got this is what I call an expansion plug. It's not really an expansion plug. This goes to nothing. I mean, if you see this, you're like, what is this? Why is this here? Let me see if this is actually an expansion. Sometimes it's, it might be, yeah, it might be a CAN communication, like a bridge plug. I think that's what it is. Let me just get this off without messing it up. Yeah, that's what it is. So I don't know if you can see in there, the terminals are like connected to one another. So what this is you got control area networks coming from some modules that are crossing over to other control area networks going to other modules. And if this is unplugged, then your control area network's not going to work. And yeah, you can have all kinds of issues. Heck, the vehicle might not even start. I know for sure these grounds right here, and it's a good thing the mice didn't chew these. These are very important grounds. They go to this bracket right here. If these are broken, then the vehicle won't start. If it does, it's not going to run very good at all. Major grounds right there. So if you have a CX-5, and there's not just a CX-5, I think Mazda 3, Mazda 6, CX-30, I'm not sure exactly which ones, but if it went to a body shop and it came back from the body shop and then it just started running bad and you got all kinds of lights coming on your dash and stuff, you know, the vehicle doesn't want to turn off, just weird stuff. You hit the start stop button and it won't turn off. Just weird things. Check those grounds because this grounds to this bracket here. If this bracket was replaced because of a wreck, this bracket has to ground to the body way back here. And if they painted over that when they painted this bracket, then doesn't have a good ground, which means these don't have good grounds, and that is a major issue. So yeah, if your vehicle came back from a body shop and it's having some issues, this is a good place to start. Not just these grounds, but where this bracket grounds to the frame or body over there. So I'm gonna have to move these things over. Oh look, that just came right out. Oh my God, okay. I didn't expect that. Oh my God, let me get this off so I can show you. Yeah, so this is gonna have to be replaced. This right here is it's the sensor that tells you when your windshield washer fluid is low. There's no sensor in there. There's a check ball that should float up and down, and magnetically it will tell this sensor, you know, when it floats down and it touches the bottom, magnetically it tells this sensor, it closes the circuit, and it tells the sensor, hey, you know, to put the light on because our windshield washer fluid's low. And I mean, pretty sure that's the way it works. So the way it sits now, since there's nothing in there, it'll probably never tell you that your windshield washer is low, which is fine. You'll know it's low whenever it doesn't work, like old school way. But I definitely need to get this replaced. It's chewed around right here. Oh God, yeah, that's all messed up. All this rubber right here. So now it's probably not even gonna hold anything, hold water, nothing. And why is that? Because Mazda does not give you anything with anything, basically. Yeah, if you order a windshield washer reservoir, then you get a reservoir, and that's it. That's it, nothing else, just a reservoir. That's what you wanted, so that's what we got. You don't have the sensor, doesn't come with it. The washer pump doesn't come with it. The funnel on the top doesn't come with it. The cap doesn't come with it. No, you got to get all that stuff separate. There's a 10mm bolt up here. Get that off. And then I got two 10mm right here. And that one hit the ground. And what else? What else is holding it? What do we got? What's going on? What's it hold? Okay. Just has a little hook right there that was just hooked onto the thing. Oh my God, yeah. So looking down inside here, we're gonna probably need a new pump too. So let's look at this. Look at this. So this is the bracket that I was talking about. This bracket right here, where this bracket bolts onto the body or frame or whatever right here. On the inside of this side, inside there is it's like metal to metal. There's no paint in there, and as a matter of fact, I think when you order this, it comes with a piece of tape on the inside there, so that you know, if you paint it, you won't get paint in that area. But body shops will take that tape off and they'll paint this, and they'll prime it, and then they'll put it on here, but it doesn't get a good connection between here and here, and because of that, these grounds, they won't get a good connection, and then you got all kinds of weird stuff going on. Look at this. So I'm just gonna pull this thing out because it doesn't really matter. It turns out it doesn't matter. Right there, the thing has been chewed. Will it work? Maybe, I don't know. That's a filter. Do we even take a chance? Do we even bother? This thing is chewed up right here, which is not that big of a deal, but that right there is a big deal. More importantly is the sensor. And if we look down in here, there's a lot of nasty in there. So yeah, there's just stuff that they've chewed out. How did they get out of there? I don't know. Yeah, they were chewing this right here. So this is a new one, and pretty much all it comes with is, you see that little insert right there? It keeps you from over tightening it and breaking the plastic. It comes with that. It comes with the insert right there. It doesn't have an insert right there, but that's where the other bolt goes. And that's it. That's all you get. You want a windshield washer reservoir? That's what you get. Washer reservoir, and that is it. Nothing else. So this thing comes up here. That little hooks right on there. Kind of holds it into place so you can get your bolts in. And we can get the bolts in, and maybe might be a good idea to put that funnel on. Let's do that first. Okay, I got the funnel with the cap, and that is gonna slide just right up in there. Hook this thing back up where it was. These hoses, let's kind of get them into place. This one's gonna come on this side. Right where that gray thing is where it clips right there. This red one clips right there. So that way they can reach. At least that is the idea. And then there's another area where they can clip right up in here. I'm just gonna pop them into place. That way those kind of stay out of the way. Let's get these bolts in. That bolt goes right there. Where's the other one going? Where does it line up? Right here. There it is. Popped into place. Another one way up on top here. I can even get my finger around that. Tighten them down. Got one up on top. Of course, that hit the ground. Stick that on there. All these things pop right into place, just like they came off. We got wires for the bumper. Got one for the thing that's broken and one for the thing that's broken. So I'm not even gonna bother putting those messed up ones in there. We got this on, that's what matters. We got the hoses hooked up, that's what matters. Hoses are coming right out of there, going right up in here, and that's fine. No mousy chewing yet, so we'll see. we'll see how that goes. So let's get this thing down and hook the funnel in place, and then we're done. It is the end of the day. Let's hook that up. All right, here is the funnel. It's just gonna, how does this go on? Okay, it has an actual clip. Actually just pops in just like that. That's it. And you got your little dipstick, which to me is useless. I don't even pull these things out. I pull this thing aside and I will set it like that, and I'll put fluid in it, because when you pull this in, and I'll show you, you pull it out, this one is, it's okay. I mean, it was wrapped up inside that bag, which makes it a little bit harder, but sometimes you can't get these things to go down. It's like it won't go down. Like I had to twist it to try and get it to go down. And if you ask me, that's a dumb. I mean, it's nice, you know. Let's put a dipstick so we can see how much fluid is in it. I mean, you just look at it, you know. Is it low? Probably, you know. If you can't see blue, then it's low. Just put some in it. I mean, if you're gonna look at it, you might as well just put stuff in it, right? Why do we have a dipstick? Come on, Mazda. Why? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. If it worked fine, then it wouldn't be a big deal, but it doesn't. You take the whole thing out and you can't get it back in. And sometimes you pull them out and they're all wrapped up because the last person that did it couldn't get it in. They're like, oh, forget it, just shove it down in there. So yeah, I never take those caps off. I just kind of take them off and put them onto the side. Anyway, it is the end of the day. We will get back on this on Monday, which will be right away for you. It's gonna be Monday for me. Today's Saturday. This we need to sell to the customer. I didn't know about that. This right here, I'm gonna sell that to the customer too. We wanna make sure that the thing works. Like I said, probably in the last video, it's buzzing, but is it pumping? Probably not. So yeah, it's just a couple more things we gotta sell to the customer. Obviously, we have the wrong AC hose. This hose right here, this is the discharge hose. So if you see right here, I don't know if you can see that, that says high, that's a high side cap. Right there, that's a high side cap. This is the discharge hose. It goes from here, goes all the way down to the compressor. I don't see anything chewed on it. This is the hose we needed. It's chewed. Is it leaking? No, it's not leaking. The AC is cooling really good. But I sold this to the customer. It goes this way, all the way in there to the expansion block right there. It's this small hose. Goes from there, comes all the way around right here, and it connects to the condenser, which is on the front of the vehicle. That's the one. Yeah, in my notes, I even wrote high side hose between expansion block and AC condenser. You know, I mean, there's only one hose that goes between the expansion block and AC condenser, and that's that hose. This one attaches to the expansion block too, this low side hose, but that goes to the compressor down there, not the condenser. There's only one hose that goes between the condenser and the expansion block, and that's this high side hose. I mean, I don't know how much simpler I can make it. I mean, I could print out a picture of it and highlight it, but we've found that that doesn't work either. So I don't know, it's just, it's wrong. It's wrong. So we got this that we'll be putting this on, and we're gonna have to pull the battery back out of the thing to get this in place. Of course, the most important part is the headliner. Headliner has to come out. And we're still looking for that antenna issue, the antenna problem, and it's in there, it's in there. So I will see you on Monday. How's it going, guys? Happy Monday morning. Happy Labor Day. Today's Labor Day. Of course, by the time you see this, Labor Day is probably a couple weeks ago. I still got parts I got to get in on this thing, which probably won't be till mid-week. So this video is definitely not going out on Friday. I got other videos that need to go out anyway. So the video for this vehicle it dropped like last Friday, and I just noticed watching that video that whenever we checked the codes in the system and we done that repair back here, that I said, oh, the codes aren't there anymore. Well, I just, you know, realized that, hey, there weren't codes, we just weren't getting any communication. And I never actually showed that to you, so I'm show that to you right now. I got the MDAR system hooked up, and if you look in the system, I don't have a battery charger on here right now. If you look at it, then the blind spot monitors, they are absolutely perfectly fine. Everything's working fine, they're communicating, and that is all that we're setting out to do. Of course, hoping to fix that antenna shorting issue, which we still have the signal cross coupled. We still have to figure that out. Circuit open antenna, I'm thinking that they're probably going to be in the same spot, and it's going to be up above this headliner here. And then of course we still have the telematics control module system, internal failures. Don't know what that is. That could be something completely different. What we need to do today and right now, I guess, is we need to concentrate on this headliner. We're gonna pull this headliner down, and you know, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, no, it's not a lot of fun, but we're gonna do it. We have to do it anyway. So start pulling this headliner down, and you know, see what happens. The first thing I want to do before getting to that headliner is replace this hose. This is something that I've been waiting for a while, because they got me an AC hose instead of this. This is the fuel line hose, low fuel line. It's low fuel line, low pressure fuel line, and evap hose. And this thing is chewed into somewhere around here, and of course not the new one. So let's get this on real quick, because you know, I like to smell like gasoline all day, you know, so let's just do it now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start the vehicle up, pull the what is it, I got to pull the fuel pump relay. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start the vehicle up, pull the fuel pump relay till the engine dies, crank it over a couple more times just to make sure there's no fuel pressure in that line. And then we need to pull the battery back out, and I'll show you how I can replace this hose. So let me get this thing set up, and then we'll start knocking it out. Okay, I got the fuel pressure drained. If you're ever wondering where is the fuel relay, so this box right here, this is a fuel pump relay, and this terminal right here, so that's where it's at. We've messed with this one before on another video, which I got these things mixed up. Depending on which way the thing is facing, it makes it kind of tough. This is the relay that I pulled out, this green one, which sits, of course, you know, across from that other green one. So which one is it? If you look at this, it tells you different things, and you know, then of course if you turn it the other way, it says it differently. So yeah, I've gotten in trouble with that before on one of our videos. Anyway, I got it out, and of course it's a lot easier to take out when you got the bumper off. It sits right up in here, sits just like that. So usually if you're dealing with this and you have the bumper on, you got to go through this way, and I got to reach way down in here, grab the thing, pull it up, and there's enough slack in this harness. You pull it up, there's enough slack in this harness that you can get it up in here enough so you can actually pull the relay off. Why? I don't know why. Why Mazda? Why put it in an area that's so hard to get to, and it's so close to water and stuff with this cover right here, if this were to mess up, which they do a lot, you know, the wheel well, you know, they wear out. Stuff hits them, they move, the things catch them on the bottom, the tires scrape on them, there's big holes, you got water flying everywhere, and then next thing you know, you got corrosion in your fuel pump relay. Yeah, I wonder why, Mazda. Well, you know, don't put it in a place where it can get water in it. And I know, and you know, Mazda knows about this. You know, I've had issues with this before. Techline goes, oh, check that relay, because it probably has corrosion in it, because they know. Anyway, let's get this battery pulled out. We got to get this hose off, and I believe this hose right here, this goes to the purge control valve. So it goes through the purge system. It's an evap hose, low pressure fuel line going to the high pressure pump, and then way back there is where they hook up. They go around this way, so not too hard, but we got to get the battery out. So let's do that now. I got all that taken care of, and I got it running. I put the relay box back into place. This right here is the hose, and I don't know if you are going to even be able to see this. There are a couple spots. That spot not so bad. That spot has actually chewed through, so we got rubber on top of plastic. So as they've chewed through the rubber, started to chew through the plastic, not much. There are a couple more spots. There's a spot right here. Not too many, but you know, you never know. I just don't want to take that chance. And now you can feel safe knowing that there's a brand new fuel line in there, because if it were to burst open driving down the highway and, you know, had fuel all over the engine, that could be bad. That could start a fire. So yeah, we definitely want to take care of that. Like I said before, we are waiting for parts that'll be here in the midweek, by midweek, I guess. That is going to be, of course, these parts that we're waiting for here, you know, that plugs into all of this. And there's actually a seal that goes on the top where that funnel comes down. There's a seal, and we didn't get that, of course. So for right now, this stuff is just gonna sit here. I'm gonna turn this off, and we are going to have to start on this headliner. All right, I'm gonna start pulling this headliner down, and what I'm gonna do is pretty much get all this stuff off the front first. I need to get these out. It's got those little clips you gotta pull out of there. They're really a pain. You gotta get these sun visors off, these clips, center console, same thing on this side. Same thing with these clips. And then of course the A-pillar trims, and then we'll move on to the B-pillar trim, C-pillar trim. All of this, the seaming welt needs to come down too. So I've seen this, we've seen it before in another video. It was sunroof video, Mazda, was a CX-5. We replaced the sunroof seal and clean out the front drains and stuff. I'll put a link right up here. You can go check that out. And it's really hard to film pulling this off. And I did it in that one so you can see how it's done. These A-pillar trim clips on the inside. Now I got a little bit of smudge there I need to clean up already. My hands aren't even dirty. Yeah, I'm gonna cut those, and I've had people tell me before, hey, you can sneak those out. You don't have to cut them. And sure, yeah, you can. You can twist them and you can pull them off. Of course, they're a little bit harder to get back on, but you can do that. But I have brand new clips right here I'm gonna put in, so I'm gonna cut those. Besides, you know, if it was my car, you know, it was on the driver's side and I'm driving, sure, I'll sneak it out and put it on or whatever. The clips don't cost that much though. But at the dealership level, we need to at least do it right, you know, try and do it right. And that's a safety issue. So we're gonna go ahead and replace the clips. So I got 2 new clips for these 2 A-pillar trims, one on this side and this side. And I'm just gonna start thrashing on this thing and just try and knock it out. Yeah, this sunroof seal, this has to come off. So this piece right here is holding, I don't know if you can see that, it's holding the trim onto the top. When that goes on there, it actually holds the trim in place, the headliner in place with the sunroof. So that's got to come off too. So I'm just gonna start knocking all this stuff off from the front all the way to the back, and we'll see what happens. And you know, hopefully nothing bad happens. Hopefully we find out what's going on with that antenna. And I tell you what, it is hot in here. I got my cooler moved over so I can blow some air into this space because it is so hot. My glasses are fogging up and I can't see anything. Taking these connectors off for this little speaker here. I don't know how Mazda expects you to do it. You got to use a screwdriver to push that little tab to get it out. I'll try and set all these trim pieces on the outside, but hopefully in an area that they won't get dirty. This right here, I've had problems with these before. I think this one is broken because I'm pushing the tab in and it should come right out. The one on the other side came out, no problem. It's weird that every time that I've had a problem with these, it's the one on the passenger side. I don't know why that is. It's probably broken already. I just can't get it to budge. I may have to force the thing out. I don't want to do that. I don't get it. I'm pushing it in. It should come out. The other side's already loose, which is one of the things that tells me that it's broken, because it won't even clip in. There it goes. I mean, it looks fine. I have no idea. Okay, that's good. It's not broken. So what else? I'm pulling this thing off. Throw this up here on the dashboard. We got all this down already. Move on to this B-pillar trim, and I didn't disconnect the battery because I knew I had to move these seats, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to be messing with the airbags, although there are airbags right here and they connect back there. Just looking in here to see if I see any mouse chewing. I can see where that windshield washer hose comes up, and these antenna cables, yeah, this one right here, and I'll show this to you. This looks exactly like the piece of wire that we found in the back over there. So this antenna cable, and that's probably the one. So pull this seaming welt out a little bit to get these lower B-pillar trims out. And this, so I don't need to remove the seat belt, or do I? What I need to do, I just need to drop the trim down. So there should be a clip. Yeah. So there's clips on either side. Pull that out. Pull this thing down. It should come down. Or am I gonna have to disconnect it? Maybe I do. No, it does. It comes out. It comes out and then drops down like that. And that's all I need to do. I just need to get this down. At least that's what I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna pull the whole thing off. In order to take this off, you gotta pull this piece off. You gotta get a bolt out of here, and you gotta get the seatbelt out to get this loose and get this off. I don't think I need to take it off. I'm just gonna drop it down. I'm not planning on pulling this entire headliner out. I just want to drop it down so I can work up above it. So I'm gonna move on to the other side and then start working in the back. Okay, now we are dealing with the C-pillar trim. So I don't want to have to pull this whole piece out because I'm gonna probably have to pull the seat out, but this top piece should be able to get loose. Just like that. Come on, I think I can get the thing to come out. Yep. And this, of course, was the side that the mousies were chewing. And disconnect the speaker. And I can just get the thing out of here. Yeah, there's definitely mouse stuff on this where mousies have been chewing. It's probably this piece of that hose. So now our headliner can at least start to come down on this side. I know I got some clips on the, what is this? What the heck is it? Oh my God, what the hell? Okay, yeah. So, this is a joke. Seriously, this is a joke. This is it looks like a cat toy on a little clip thing. I ain't kidding, that scared me. What the heck? I don't know who did this or when they did it, but they got me. Yeah, especially this is the side that the mousies have been on. Let's get that pillar trim, C-pillar trim off on this other side. And let's see what we can see. So I gotta get the seat down. C-pillar trim. Just kind of move this, get a little bit more room. Pull this out. Wow, there's junk coming out over here too. Last thing I need is for a real mousie to be jumping out at me. Okay, get this piece off. It's got a couple of clips. Oh, I never pulled this one off from the back like I did the other side. I still got some of this seaming welting back. I need to pull this back off. So just get this off really quick. Pull all these clips out. Oh God, yeah, there's, oh my God. Okay, so look at this. Let's see if I can grab the camera with one hand without dropping it. So look at that. I don't know if you can see that shininess. And there's just pieces of wire. A bunch of pieces of wire. This all fell out. Dropped that on the ground. And yeah, there's a little bit of nastiness over here. Some wire hanging right there. Oh, that's not good. That wire right there. Yeah. What do we got? We got there's a couple clips in the back on the top here. Yeah, there's one there. I think I can get it with this. That's one of them. There's another one up here somewhere. I can't see it. Gotta be one in the middle. Yeah, way in there. Okay, that's those. Anything else? What else? What else is holding this thing? I'm moving the thing back and forth. What is it holding? What's holding on? I'm reaching my hand up here. There's got to be like a clip in the middle or something. Try not to mess up this headliner. So I got one more clip holding on somewhere. It's got to be somewhere here in the middle. There's a bunch of stuff just like coming out of this. So yeah, I gotta reach my hand up here. Oh yeah, there's a mousy nest right there at the back of the... Oh God, this tube is gone too. Okay. Stop looking. Well, I gotta look. Let's get this thing down first. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Do we want to look? Dare we even look? Push these in. We got a wiring harness that connects here that goes up on top of the headliner. These harnesses connect right here. They go on top of the headliner. There's a big gigantic mousy nest. And that hose, oh wow. Yeah, the washer hose are, it's the drain. The drain is completely gone. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my God. Let's move this over if we could pull this down. Look at that mess. Look at this. That is all headliner stuff. That is a piece of a wiring harness. This drain. Oh no, I guess it is there. Okay. So is that the drain? Yep, that's the drain. So this drain, which runs up along here on the back side of where the airbag is, it's right here. This is where it is. It's broken off. Right on the other side. Oh my God. Oh yeah. The drain right here is completely chewed off. That's the drain. It's gone. Where is it? It's broken right here. So, oh, and I see another issue with the antenna. I found it. Okay, so we got one drain hose. We're gonna have to get another. You know, we're gonna have to sell another one to the customer. I don't think they cost that much money. But look right here. This is antenna wire. Right? Here is your antenna. It goes into this connector right here, runs along here, and then it just ends right there. And then picks up back here. This hose is this hose, right, which comes up in here. And then I don't know if you remember when I had this off, that goes to the windshield washer in the back. So that's gonna have to be repaired. This antenna wire, what is up with it? We got three wires and a tube. Here, this is chewed up too. This is more tubing. Okay, so this is going along the headliner. So look, there's a chewed spot right there. Windshield washer hose. Here's some more chewed up area. This thing is hot glued. I can't get it off, but right there. Runs along here. All along here, goes down this A-pillar trim, goes down here, down into there, and then it's plugged in right over here. So plugged in right there. So I thought that I was going to be doing a wiring repair, and I didn't know I was doing more windshield washer hose repair. Maybe that hose comes with this harness. Maybe we can just get this harness right here. So yeah, this scoops down here. Where does it go? So there's two harnesses. Let me get this out. So this harness that's on the headliner goes down this way. Oh my God, so it's two harnesses. It connects to a connector right here. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. There's a connector right here. Connects to this connector, and then it comes back up this way, and it goes along there, and it's broken. So the harness itself that runs along the headliner needs to be replaced. The harness, the short cord that goes from the C-pillar all the way up to the antenna, that needs to be replaced. From what I can tell, the antenna plugging in right there, that cord is fine. This, what other damage is here on this headliner? I might give the customer, I'm gonna find out if that harness comes with a headliner. I might give the customer just a price on replacing a headliner. I am going to show them pictures of this. I'll show them pictures of all this up here, see if they want to keep the headliner. You know, after what it's been through, I can clean that up. I'm gonna show them pictures of this, and I'll give them a choice. If this harness comes with a headliner, which it's Mazda, it probably doesn't. You probably got to move that over. So I don't know, I'll give them prices, but you know what this means. This means that well, we gotta wait. We gotta wait for more parts. So I don't know what else can I do. We got the headliner down. We found the nest. We found the issue that's causing the code for the satellite, Sirius satellite antenna. That may or may not have something to do with the telematic control unit having what it thinks is an internal fault. A short in an antenna might make that thing think that it has an internal fault. It is a communication unit, after all, so it has to communicate. It needs an antenna. But yeah, I'm gonna just look into what the cost difference is, replacing this harness versus replacing the headliner versus replacing both of them. We need both of these harnesses, the short cord, this other harness. We need more windshield washer hose. That might come with that entire harness, since this thing seems to be wrapped together and glued onto the headliner. But seeing that this hose right here seems to be wrapped with these antenna cables, there's 3 of them, maybe that all comes as one piece. So I'll find out and I will let you know. All right, this is what I've done. I have quoted the customer this entire headliner. Okay, the entire headliner comes with these cables, this hose. It comes with a wiring harness that's on this other side. It comes with everything. It comes with all the lights in it and everything like that. Believe it or not, it's got this entire harness on here, which is all glued into place. Also, the reason why I quoted it is you see all this material that the mousies used as a nest up here. This all came off of this. All this stuff came off of here. Plus there's pee and poop all over this. So I also gave the customer a choice. They don't have to replace the entire headliner. We can just replace just this harness. So I quoted them this entire harness, which has this hose that's all chewed up too. And I also quoted them this antenna feeder harness, which comes down to here. So that's gonna have to be replaced too, along with this tube, which is gonna come up in here and we get it up in there. So I quoted that to them. I also quoted another drain tube. I have one, but I quoted another drain tube for the rear drain on this side. So what else? I think that's pretty much it. That's what I quoted. So he doesn't have to replace the entire harness, headliner if he doesn't want to. Honestly, I mean, with that pee and poop up there, maybe you might want to replace it. It's up to you. We already have parts coming for this thing. We're waiting for this stuff to come in, and then we can finally put the front bumper on. It looks like this vehicle is completely tore down. It's just gonna sit here in this stall, you know, until we get parts in. So we'll get parts in for this probably first, maybe possibly Wednesday. They're ordered today. Today's a holiday, so you know, nothing's gonna go out today. Maybe it might go out tomorrow, it might come in Wednesday. In that case, whenever those parts come in, we'll put this together and we'll get this bumper on. In the meantime, we're gonna see what the customer wants to do. Like I said, I gave him a choice, either headliner or harness, but the headliner comes with the harness, and plus those other harnesses and stuff like that. And we'll wait and see what he decides, and then those parts will be ordered, and then we'll wait till those parts come in, and then we'll hopefully finish the video, and hopefully that'll be it. Those, I mean, we were searching for what was causing that code for the antenna. Well, we found it. We found the antenna issue. So once we fix all that, we can clear everything out, and then we can, you know, reassess, see what's still happening, you know, what's going on. So I will see you when we get some parts in. We are back on this 2021 rat-infested CX-5. Yeah, we got parts in. Yeah, I know, we heard that before. No, but we got the parts in. So parts have been ordered. The customer decided to go with the full headliner rather than just the harnesses, and you know, I don't want to blame them. There's a pretty big mess up on top of that headliner there, and a couple funny things. You know, when I was taking this headliner out, I was like, you know, I don't want to pull the headliner out. I just want to pull it down and, you know, see what's on top of it. Well, we're going to pull the whole headliner out. We're going to replace the whole thing. Another funny thing is last video, I was debating, should I pull the front bumper off or not? You know, what are we going to do? I don't have all the parts and stuff. I don't want a bumper sitting around in my stall. Well, it's been sitting here for 2 weeks. Yeah. Labor Day was 2 weeks ago, and that's how long this entire vehicle has been sitting here. I got the bumper sitting on the floor over here. I got the headliner sitting down inside the vehicle. I have the customer's stuff scattered throughout the entire stall. It's been sitting here for 2 weeks in the way. So we need to get thrashing on this, and we need to get this taken care of. I think the first thing that we're gonna probably do is pull the headliner out. So the headliner's just kind of sitting down in here. There's this harness right here, which has this hose with it that comes with it. So I need to get that detached right there. I don't see anything detached on the other side. Matter of fact, you know what? Something I just thought of. I did not look at the drain hoses. So yeah, the drain hose for the front I could see the one on the other side, they look good, so thank God. But yeah, we need to get this mess out of here. We have a harness sitting over here. This, need to detach this. Of course, this one's already been detached for us by the mousies. I need to detach this harness, and we can just drag this entire headliner out, and I believe that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to drag the whole thing out of there. Here is the new harness, or headliner rather. Hopefully it is the right one. I'm going to open this box up, look at it, make sure that it's the right one, make sure it has all the lights in the proper spots that they're supposed to have, and make sure that it has the harness on it, because if that ain't right, then that's just going to shut her down just right now. And we haven't even started putting this back together. We're still taking it apart. So yeah, let me open that box and check it and make sure, and then we can deal with this mess right here. So I'll do that right now. You know, you are not going to believe this. I mean, I know, I can hardly believe it myself. Parts department got the correct headliner. This is the right one. Got the wiring harnesses and everything. This is the harness that is all chewed up. I know, right? They got the correct headliner. Can you believe it? Way to go, parts department. So now we can start taking this out. I'm going to disconnect these connectors, and we're just going to drag the thing out of here. Here we are now. This is it. New one versus old one. Yeah, I mean, you can see this is really, really fluffy. Definitely good bedding. I mean, who wouldn't want to cuddle up in this? So it looks like we got everything. We got the harness that we need. This is our antenna harness, and which is part of the problem. And then we got this right here. So this hooks up right here, goes along here, it ends because it's chewed off. This is chewed off, starts up right here, goes down here. I need to pull this, get this harness off right here. And I do have this harness, so let me get that. Let's get this off and fix that first. Then we need to put these on. So the rear sunroof drains. So that, of course, is the sunroof. That's the shade. Slide it back like that. Slide it back forward. The tray comes down inside here. There's the end where the hose goes on both sides. You can see that one's still connected. Of course, it ends like right there. So I need to get these two hoses put in, and everything else that needs to go up here before we can put the headliner back in. I think that is pretty much it. One thing, didn't look at these. I don't see anything chewed up here. Here's the front drain. That hose is going down there. We've looked at that one many times. It's not chewed. This one I didn't really look at, but from what I can tell, got no chewing going on over here, so that's good. As far as this airbag goes, from what I've seen, it's all good. I don't see anything chewed up, and if it would be on this side. This seems like where more of the action happened. Oh no, look at that. That's just, oh, that's just a fray in the top. So that they have definitely gotten into. But see how it's after these clamps. This is not going to be a problem. This is not going to be a problem, thank God. But there's definitely a spot right there. The airbag that they have chewed into. Can't really see it from up there. But this is after the clamps that hold this on, so this is not going to be a problem. This is just some extra at the end. The airbag actually starts right here. So, see, curtain airbag. Whew. So, let me start taking all this stuff off and get the stuff replaced so we can get the headliner put in. This harness that you just saw me putting on, I had to take the thing back off because this piece right here made it so it had to go through this direction and then out everywhere. So all this entire harness had to go through this hole right here. Anyway, I got this hooked up. It's hooked up to this washer, rear washer nozzle. Got it hooked up all the way through here. This piece right here. That piece right there takes the harness coming off of the headliner. So now I just need to run these hoses. And this hose, move this stuff over. There's such a big mess here. This hose goes all the way down right here. And these hoses don't come with either of these ends, so this just pops out like that, just like that. And I'll just pop this all out and then we'll run the new hose and I'll do the same thing on the other side. So it turns out the brand new battery that I put in the vehicle is completely dead. So I don't know if you remember when I'm like, I'm not going to disconnect the battery because, you know, I just need to move these seats or whatever. Well, I never disconnected it and the battery went completely dead. So yeah, that never happens to me. Never. So I got the battery on boil. You know, I heard someone say one time that all good projects start with a battery on boil. I don't know. Anyway, so it's moving now. I can move the seats. So I'm gonna finish getting this headliner put up and we will move on. So I wanted to show this before I get this entire headliner put up in here. I want to check the codes and make sure that everything's right before we button it all up. I got this harness right here coming off of here. So I need to feed this back down in there. So whenever I pull the old one out, which is down there, I hook this wire up to it, pulled it through. It's a fish wire. Well, I mean, I call it a fish wire, but what it actually is, this is not going to sit up. So if you have, say, a alternator or a starter or something sitting around the house, it's a piece of junk, it don't work. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, you know, just need to throw it out, you know, throw it in the junk pile or recycle it or whatever. If you pull that thing apart, there's a bunch of wire in it. It's a starter or an alternator, and it's this wire, maybe even copper wire. It could be worth some money. I guarantee you it's probably worth some money. And that wire, that's like what this is. This is like from a starter, this wire right here. And you can bend it. You can bend it and bend it and bend it. It has good strength and it does not break. I can't get this camera to stand properly. What's going on with that? Why won't the camera stand now? It was fine just a little while ago. I didn't know this twisted. Wow, I had no idea. Top of my camera stand twists. Okay, anyway. It's not working. Hello? Hello? So, my camera fell. The perch on the side of the camera that holds my microphone receiver broke. So I had to go glue that. The camera wouldn't turn on, so I had to pull the battery out, and the battery was so hot, it was like burning me. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I got camera batteries sitting in the case that I've never used. They're all warped up because it just gets so hot in here. Just a hot environment. The battery's no good. The battery won't even fit in the camera if it can't slide in there. So let's try this again. I mean, you know, you ever have one of those days when you think that, you know, it's like something is telling me that I gotta go home. I just need to go home and say, forget it. Well, I don't know why this camera was sitting up here perfectly fine earlier. Okay, if it falls and breaks again, I'm going home. So I'll slide this in. I'm trying to grab it on the bottom. Hopefully y'all can see this. I'm trying not to touch the camera anymore. And I don't even know if things even gonna go in right. I don't want to have to pull the dashboard away from, you know, or back out or whatever, just to try and get this in. I don't know if this thing's gonna go in that way. I'm gonna try it. I got one piece coming through. What is up with this thing? Why won't it go? That's not gonna work. This needs to go in first. Now this thing is getting caught on everything. All these pieces have to be able to fit in here. Come on, get in there. How did I get them out? Is it like this? Try not to get that hose down in there, because keep this hose up. I push this stuff in and hope you stay. Just a little bit more. Yeah, like that. This hose hooks onto that right there. Hook that onto there. Now that can go in. That's pretty much it. Yeah. So got all these right here. Lock these down. That in there. Lock it down. Lock it down. Okay. That is that part. This in here, I need to route this properly. This goes up in there somewhere. This thing hooks right onto there, like that. Need to get this wire off of this. Come on, what is it doing? Let's go. Get off of there. Okay. This one plugs in right here. It's a new harness, so I have to actually twist it to where it's supposed to be. A lot of times harnesses just go right into place. They remember where they were and they just kind of go right in. Come on, what is going on with this? Why won't you go in? What's going on? Why doesn't it go? Trying to hold this. It should go just like that. Let me try the other one. The one on the bottom, the blue one. How does this go? Should go right there. That one's in. And this one? What's up with this? Come on, it gets right angle. I can't really see it, so I don't know what's going on. I want to go. What's going on? Maybe it goes the other way? Maybe it's not the right. Yeah, it went the other way. Okay. Anyway, that is in. So let's see if we got enough power to turn the key on now with the battery boiling, and see if we can clear all the codes that is set because the battery went out, and see if we can clear all the codes and see if the code comes back. So let's try that. So I got the MDAR system hooked back up right here, and let me see. Okay, so I do have codes like electronic parking brake, battery voltage, really, power lift gate, you know, circuit short, open circuit, rear body control module, battery voltage. Yeah, okay, so got battery below threshold code, of course, smart stop unit, circuit below threshold, battery voltage, start stop unit, component internal failure. One of the other things, TCM. Okay, that's temperature control module. What was the thing? CMU, connectivity master unit, no DTCs. It's like, what? I didn't clear any codes, but the battery was completely dead, right? What else? What else did it have? TCU, telematics communication unit, no DTCs. What happened? It had internal failure, remember? We got nothing. And I haven't even cleared the codes yet. Let me clear these codes and see what happens. So that's weird that the codes that we had are completely gone and they don't even show up like as in history. They're showing it up as nothing in. Yeah, so that's good. That means we fixed it. Let's see if anything comes back. Come on. Recheck it. The codes are cleared. Did they come back? What's happening? The battery's still on boil. Okay, so now what? Okay. Now we got lost communication with microphone. Okay. The microphone's disconnected. TCU, system internal failure. Okay, I don't know what that is. So I guess that's what I get for, getting my hopes up. That's something else. I don't think that has anything to do with micey chewing. So I'm just gonna ignore that for right now. This CMU, this microphone isn't hooked up. Where is it? Where is the microphone? Okay, I gotta find the center console, the upper console. Yeah. Okay, that's where one of these things fell out. So here's your microphone right here in the center console. This is the upper part of it. It's right there. So that's why it's showing that code. Let me hook this up. Plug it in. Which one is it? That one? What does this go to? Is there something in the center right there? Okay. What about this? Where does this plug in at? There's another plug here. Did I not have this plug before? Oh no, this goes on the side over here. Don't worry, I got it. Okay. Now let's clear the code. As long as we have no CMU problems. Let's see. I don't have the upper console completely in there. I just have it kind of hanging by the wiring. Man, it's getting late too. We need to knock this thing out. Still got the whole bumper to put on. So I have the washer pump and the sensor and everything too. What is going on? Lost communication with microphone. I just put the microphone in. I just plugged it in. Okay, let me figure this out. Check this out. So your microphone is right here on the driver's side, right here. So it's plugged in right there. This harness that goes up in here, along with this harness, this is the harness for the sunroof switches. This harness right here is for the lights. Turn the lights on and off. This harness right here came with the headliner. It's part of the headliner. These two harnesses right there go up in here and they go that way. And they were not part of the headliner. They come down through here and they plug in right here, and right here. These two connectors. I inspected this going all the way up through here, you know, of course with the headliner off, and I didn't see any damage to this at all. And I don't remember this microphone having an issue before. I mean, just disconnect it. It feels loose, so that's kind of weird. I didn't have any problems taking it off before. Of course, I was using two hands. What is going on? Today is just not a good day for me. I'm just not having a good time. Everything is fighting me. Everything. Come on, wait. Okay, it's just stay on then. Just stay on. You want to stay on? Go ahead, just stay on. I don't care. Why would I want to take? Okay. I don't see any problems there. Disconnect that. Disconnect this. Drop this on the ground. I don't see any problems inside there. None of the pins look like they're bent or anything. I just don't see an issue with this. My question is, should I continue to put the headliner back together and deal with this later? Or is it something I want to deal with now with the headliner half out? So there's something else I want to show you and get this connected back on there. Microphone's plugged in. Sunroof connector plugged in. Lights plugged in. Lights are on. Turn them off. Okay, look at this. So in this 7th gen system, you can go in, you touch this button until the screen goes black. Then you keep holding that. You touch this one with the star right here, and then the one with the note on it, and hold all three at the same time. Okay, so now we go through this factory service inspection. Right, diagnosis test, function inspection, adjustment. So if I scroll down to the function inspection adjustment, I can check out all this stuff, all these little modes and things, right? Look at that one, the third one down, the microphone inspection. Click on that. Microphone input level. I'm talking, but I don't see anything moving. It should be moving. You know, I can record, I can play, I can mess with this and see. Actually, nothing's happening. Hit record, hit stop, hit play. I don't hear anything. Right? Record. Hello, 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 hello. Stop. Play. Turning the volume up. Nothing. So anyway, that's a way that you can test your system. In order to get out of here, just hit this back button right here, and it goes back to the other screen. And then I can look at all this other stuff. Right? Back out of that. Go into the diagnostic test, system self-diagnosis test, what was the thing? Check DTCs, running the tests. It says the device connected via MOST is no good. Inspection device connected via other method, no good. I don't know what that means. I have no idea. Clear them. Let's clear them out. DTCs have been cleared. Self-test. Same thing. That's it. Ignore it. That works. Ignore it. Vehicle signal status. Okay, we're not moving. Vehicle speed. Okay. Back out of that. Antenna connection status. Antenna 1 connected, antenna 2 connected. So we had a problem with this before. Sirius XM connected. So before we were having a problem with those. Those are fixed now. But I don't know what's going on with this microphone thing. And just continue to back out, hit end diagnostic mode, and then it should reboot. It's gonna reboot. Anyway, unless it's set, so there it is, it's starting to reboot. Unless it's having problems because of the battery. The battery's on the charger right now. I doubt that that's it, but yeah, this, I don't think that we had any kind of problem with the microphone before, but we do now, and it's not part of the harness that is part of this, of the headliner. So I'm just going to continue putting the headliner together, and we'll just deal with that later, I guess. It's the same thing with the telematics control unit, internal failure. I don't know what the deal is with that. Why is that happening? And oh God, when it comes down to that stuff, the customer's gonna have to decide if he wants us to diagnose it or not. So I say, let me just continue to put this headliner in, and let's just be done with this part of it for now, at least. Okay, look at this. It's just ridiculous. So I cleared the code, and now it's cleared. I have no connect master unit codes at all. Microphone, not. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to me. I cleared the codes. It still has a telematics control unit system internal failure, but when it comes through the CMU, it's in green. So I have no idea. I don't why. I don't. Let's just put this back together and be done with it. I don't know if you can see that right there. There's a little rubber seal, rubber, whatever. This looks like just a rubber band that I put around there. I'm guessing that's right. I don't know. I've never done that before. Got to put the funnel back in, so I got to put the dipstick. Get the funnel And it goes something like, it's gonna want to push it down. I don't know. How do I get this thing on there? Okay, you know what? Got an idea. Where is it? This is a big can of rubber care. Actually came with a straw. I don't know what happened to that. Okay. I'll get in there. It's still pushing it down. It's not. Oh, is it supposed to go down there? Oh, I guess so. Okay. Anyway, while we got this thing up here in our eyeballs and our earballs, I am going to get the pump and the sensor, and I'm going to get those in, and this will be all plugged up, and then we'll be done with this, and then we can stick the bumper on and start sticking everything else on. I need to pull the wheel back off and get this wheel well put in. And of course we can't forget this right here. Come on, get off of there. Took forever to get this part. Why? Is it a rare part? No, no. Is it something special? No. Does it cost like so much that the customer had to take out a second mortgage? No. Why did it take so long to get this part? Parts department. That's all I'm gonna say. Parts department. That should be enough. I know you understand. Come on, get on there. I should have sprayed some rubber care on it. Good enough. Oh, that is it. I'm calling it. That's it. It's the end of the day. Forget it. I mean, it's been a bad day for me anyway. So we're gonna finish this tomorrow. Yeah, I know it's been like, you know, two weeks since, you know, I first started this video, at least, if not longer. I don't know. Yeah, it's been longer. Yeah, sure has. I don't even know how long this video is. What it is what it is. I'm just gonna send it. So we got one more thing to do. We got to put on the bumper. No, we got two more things to do. We need to put the bumper on. Need to replace this AC hose. No. We got 3 things to do. Got to put the bumper on. We got to replace this AC hose, and we got to do an oil change. Yeah, oil change. Forgot about that one. Did the parts department give me an oil filter? No. Hopefully you got one of those in stock. I will see y'all tomorrow. Well, welcome back. About time you showed up. Just getting started. Just pulling a Freon out of this so we can change the AC hose. So ain't no sense in showing you that. I'm just pulling Freon. But check this out. Look what I found. So, look at this right here. They do exist. It's not a myth. They do exist. It's a 1990 RX-7 13B. Naturally aspirated convertible. And it runs. Look at this. The thing is in gear. It's in first gear. Yeah, I guess that slop and that shifter is normal. It's just normal. But yeah, we're just doing an oil change on this one really quick. Just looking it over, comparing it. Look at that. There's definitely some difference in this wiring harness here. That hose looks like it needs to be replaced too. So I'll probably give them a quote on some things. Anyway, let's get back to what we're supposed to be working on. All right, I am going to knock this thing out. I'm just gonna thrash on this thing, get this hose out of here, put the new hose in, charge the system up, put the bumper on, do the oil change. I still have the what is it, engine undercover sitting over here in the corner. I can't forget about that. And then let's just go drive this thing and make sure that everything runs and we don't have any weird smells or overheating or anything weird like that. So I'm just gonna knock this thing out right now. Well, in case you're wondering, I did change the oil. Of course, hindsight being 60-10 to the third power minus the weight of iridium, you know, it would have probably been better to do it before I put the engine undercover on, but you know, I never really learned to spell very well. So we're done. We are done with this. Let's get this thing out on the road. See how she performs. And just make sure that, you know, everything's still holding together and everything works and we don't have any lights on the dash or anything like that. So let's go. Okay, I am coming out of the car wash to the washer work. Yes. Rear washer. Oh yeah. right away. So let's see, this thing bogs down or what? Nope, I don't have any smoke or anything. Nothing weird going on. I don't have any lights on the dash. No check engine light, brake light, ABS, traction control. I don't have any kind of weird camera issues. Nothing like that. Everything seems to be working. So that's good. It's all working. I don't have any smoke coming out from under the hood or anything like that. All these lights are working. You know, one thing I didn't check, does the sunroof switch work? Let me see. Oh yeah, sunroof's working. Turn signals are working. Let's close the sunroof. Yeah, I mean, everything's good on it. Headlights, of course, it's daytime, but everything seems to be working. Thing drives fine, runs good, and it doesn't have any flat spots on the tires or anything like you would think, you know, if the vehicle's been sitting. Although I'm pretty sure this vehicle had been sitting for a while. So let's get back to the shop. So there you have it. This vehicle has 37,731 miles on it now. And we don't have any rattle noises come from any of the trim that we replaced or pulled off, put back on. No noises from the back or anything, stuff, especially no mousy squeaking noises. Yeah, that is pretty much it. So just to let you know, because I know that somebody's probably going to ask me, the final total hasn't been tallied. Okay, there are some parts that the parts department gave me that I didn't need, and I guarantee you they charged those parts out, and we need to get them to remove those from the repair order. This headliner by itself was almost $1,000. You know, it's like $900 and some dollars just for the headliner itself. Altogether, the last I looked, and it's not a complete total, so I'm not exactly sure. I don't see complete total amounts, but we're looking at probably around 12 grand. So yeah, is it worth it? It's definitely worth it for this vehicle. This is a nice CX-5 and it runs really good. It only has 37,000 miles on it. It's like practically brand new, you know. Can mice do damage to your vehicle? Oh yeah, they can. And they can ruin your engine too. They can ruin your engine. So yeah, keep the mice out, right? I appreciate the heck out of each and every one of you. I thank you so much for sticking around and watching the adventures of this CX-5. And I hope that you'll give me a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.